Welcome to my channel, welcome to this video. We are gonna do a full face of Colourpop today. I have a... Is that even true? I was gonna say I have a couple of new things to try, but I do think that I might have tried all of these things, but I'm gonna give you some quick reviews of these things while I've used them, and then we're gonna do a first impression of these two palettes, the Meant to Be and the Lilac You a Lot. I have both of them, obviously I bought both of them. And I'm gonna try them out and we'll see how I feel about them. I have a bit actually dry skin right now. The retinol I'm using right now is turning, I'm in the process of getting my skin used to it. I don't really get any redness from it, but I do get a bit of dry skin. So I am actually gonna use the tinted moisturizer today, and I'm also gonna use the Colourpop All Star Matte and Blur. I don't really feel like this is that mattifying though, so that's why I'm okay with using it as a primer, even though I feel like I have a bit of dry skin, because I don't really feel like this is that mattifying. I just feel like this does help elongate your makeup and it does blur out your skin a bit. So I'm just using a bit of this before I go in with the tinted moisturizer. This is being shot on a Saturday, and can you see? It's actually light behind me. It is a 10 minutes to 1, so we still have a bit of lightness, and actually it's like turning around now, so it's getting a bit lighter in Sweden. I'm so excited. Just got out of the shower, so my hair is a bit wet, and this is what we're doing right now. I am using the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer, and I'm wearing mine in Light 8N, which is a pretty good shade for me. I have used this quite a bit. This is how I do it. I put out, okay, this was a bit hard, like two pumps, and this is how I do it, and I just do it between, like how I would do a moisturizer, and I just work it into my skin with my fingers. I used this quite a lot when I was in San Francisco, and I noticed after using it a bunch of different ways that this was the one that worked the best for me. And what I do now, I'm gonna use the Colourpop sponge. This is actually the first time I'm using it. It is not perfected at all right now, so I'm gonna do another pump on this, and I'm gonna go over with the sponge and just perfect this and just add a little more. And I feel like this technique has helped me to make this look good. And I will say, it does look good. This is a smaller sponge. This is the one that's meant to be for concealer, but this is the one I have. But I just go over it with a sponge and just a little extra, and I feel like it gives it a perfected canvas while still working it into the skin a bit. This is a very sheer coverage. This isn't even a light coverage, this is a sheer coverage. This is truly a tinted moisturizer, and on me, this holds up pretty good. It doesn't really break down and look weird, but it will wear out a bit over the course of the day. But for me that is okay, because I'm not expecting a tinted moisturizer to be like a 12-hour wear time. Maybe this is more like a 7-8 hour wear time, and then it will like disappear a bit, but it won't look weird, at least not on me. I have a very normal skin type though. Stop it! A very normal skin type. Not really normally dry. I was a bit dry in my forehead now, so maybe this will be good for me today. And I'm not normally the person to get oily unless it's like very humid or warm outside. So after perfecting it with the sponge, this is gonna look good on me for a really long time, and to elongate it, I'm gonna put some powder over because that helps a bit. I'm also gonna use the Pretty Fresh concealer. Ooh, this one I bought myself. This one I got sent as PR, the primer, and the concealers I also got sent as PR. I am mixing two shades. I am mixing the Light 45W, which is the warm, and the Fair 15 warm. Like, both warm, but just one is just a tad too dark for what I want. This is the darkest of the two. This is the light one. I mean, this is pretty much my skin tone. Maybe it is a bit lighter. And I'm gonna put a bit spot conceal on the places where I just needed a bit more coverage, which was around my nose. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the fair one, and I'm just gonna put that underneath because this is the place where I want to be a bit lighter. So I'm just putting it where I want to be a bit lighter. I'm only using the smallest amount of that. As you can see, the fair one is really fair on me. So I'm gonna work this in. I really like this concealer, but it's not my favorite concealer. I feel like on the skin, it does a great job of covering up and not like being cakey. You can see it works really good like on my chin and stuff like that. Under my eyes, it is a bit drying, but I have a bit mature under eyes. I am starting to get those wrinkles and fine lines, and for me, I need something that is a bit lighter. Like not lighter in color, but lighter in consistency. But it works, it definitely works, but it's not like my top favorite. So this is where we're at right now with the concealer and the tinted moisturizer, and I feel like my skin looks really fresh and nice, and like it's got a like my skin but better. I'm gonna set this with a little bit of powder. I think that this powder, this is the Colourpop loose powder, no filter setting powder. I got this sent to me as PR as well. I feel like this is okay. When I did my declutter, I did save this one because I was saying that I'm gonna use it up. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. But it's okay. I think I have mine in the translucent, yeah. So it is a light powder. It has a slight vanilla undertone, and I'm gonna use a bit of that under my eyes, but I'm actually gonna use another powder over my face that has been my favorite together with this tinted moisturizer. I'm actually just dipping into the powder with the sponge, and I'm just pressing in a bit of the powder under my eyes. I'm also using a little bit around my nose because that is the first place where my makeup goes missing, so to speak. It's like, hello, where are you? Since I pressed in the powder and used very little, I don't think that there's gonna be any excess that I am gonna have to get rid of. So closing this one again, I'm trying, like if you have a powder that you feel like you get a bit cakey or it's not your favorite, try using a damp sponge and use the little as possible and press it into the skin and don't bake. That is, I guess, my like best tip for that, so to speak. Now I am gonna do the other powder. Let me get that one. For the rest of the face, I'm actually gonna use the Jaclyn Luminous Powder in Brighten Up. I really have been liking this powder all over my face. I got some questions on what kind of brush I used. I used the Morphe E3. This is basically one of the few Morphe brushes that survive my declutters. This is that Elite collection, but I'm basically just using a big poofy all over powder brush that's very soft. I take some, I put in the lid and I work it into the brush, and then I just go over my entire face with this. And this is what the skin is looking like right now. It's pretty, like it's not flat, but it's still not shiny. It's like a satin finish, and this has really been a good match for me. These two together, I've really been enjoying that, especially when I use my fingers to work in the first like pump or two and then just go over with a sponge. I have been getting a really nice finish with that. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I am actually using the, I don't have it here, but I'm using the brow, the tinted brow little mascara one, the thingy-majingy for the brows. Brow gel, yeah, I'm using that one from Colourpop. That one is actually my favorite. I think it's so good. So that one I'm using, but I'm gonna do my brows. I'll leave my brow tutorial down below. Still using the same things. I'm gonna use a primer for my eyeshadows as well. Still using the same as well. I'm trying to go through my Urban Decay Eden potion, eyeshadow potion setting thing. What is it called? Primer potion. Wow! I need more coffee. Let me do that and I'll be back. Okay, brows are done, and like I said, if you want to see my brows, I do have a brow routine live on my channel. It's a pretty informative video if you want to see how I do my brows, because as you can see from the beginning, didn't have that much brows to work with, and I do feel like I'm having a pretty... I do feel like I have a pretty good technique down. I'm gonna use some bronzer. This is the Colourpop Coconut Beach. I bought this when I bought the Mint to Be. So I bought these two, and I also bought one more thing from Colourpop. I did it order and I only bought 3 things. I feel pretty good about myself. Like, this is how you can see that this is new. Come here. So this is a new product to my collection. I've heard some really good things about this, and I want to do more of an easy bronzer today. I'm just cleaning my brush on my pants. Don't judge me. I'm using the Linda Hallberg 310. This is a nice bronzer brush when you want to have a bit more of a diffused bronzer, which is what I'm going for today, since I have such a light coverage. So this is the lightest of the two coconut bronzers, and this is definitely a first impression. I bought this because, ooh, that's a nice color. It reminds me a bit of the butter bronzer color that I have from Physicians Formula. I bought this because I didn't own a bronzer from Colourpop, and I also heard some good things about this. So I bought it knowing that if I own this, I'd own like every category from Colourpop, except the setting spray. I got rid of that one. I don't like it. I don't like the setting spray from Colourpop, sorry. I've gotten rid of it. Yeah, this is a really nice color, and I do like how this is diffusing. It is a bit powdery in the pan though. Yeah, a bit messy and powdery in the pan, but if we don't think about that, if we totally ignore that, this was a really nice color, and I feel like it diffuses pretty good. It's pretty light though, so this lightest color, you could probably use that if you have a lighter skin tone than me. I'm just building this on because I really love wearing bronzer. Yeah, I totally see why people like this one. I like it too. It's really nice. Now I'm gonna use a blush and a highlighter. I'm gonna use... Why do I have little baby hairs all over? I'm gonna use these two as both blush and bronzer. Both of these are highlighters though. Pressed powder highlighters. It's Angelica and Coronation. I've used this before on my channel. I used this in trying other people's favorites. Was that the video? Yeah, and I tried this Coronation as a highlighter. It's like a peachy highlighter, but I'm gonna use Angelica, which is a tad darker, as a blush. Never used this one. They're basically the same kind of a tone. It's just that Angelica is darker, this one. Can you see? I don't even know if you can see. It's not that much darker, let me tell you. But I'm gonna see if I can use this as a like glowy blush. Yeah, it doesn't really have that much color. Yeah, this is the Angelica. I'm like, am I even using the right one? It's pretty though. I'm really digging my brush into this because it is quite creamy, and this brush is a bit lighter, like more flimsy, which is something that I like for a blush. This is the oh, there's no number on it, but this is the Luxie Pro line. This is what this brush is. Maybe I need to use this with a bit of a denser brush. I think I'm gonna use my highlighter brush. This is the Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter F03. I'm gonna use this product with this. Yeah, now you can see that you get more color. Maybe this is more of a blush topper for me because it doesn't have enough base color to actually give like a flush. But I did like this formula the first time I used it. This isn't as shiny as the other one. Maybe this could be a blush. I'm seeing it now. It's more like a neutral color. If you have a fair skin tone, I think that this would be a really nice blush on you. And if you're like medium to deep, I'm sure you could use this as a more natural highlighter because it's not super beaming. At least not on me. But yeah, that's pretty, but it's not like extreme. But you can see it's got like a natural flush to it. It's pretty nice actually, but it's not like the best glowy blush I've ever used, let me tell you that. Now I'm gonna use the Coronation, which is the peachy lighter highlighter. And I'm gonna use that on my cheekbones and a bit on my, like, the high points of my face to, like, get some extra life there. You can see that this is more shiny and it's lighter. It's got that nice peachy tone to it. I really like this one. I feel like that looks glowy, but still kind of natural. But it's like, I don't have that, like, thick of a foundation on today, so everything just looks a bit more natural, except my eyeshadow primer. It's a bit lighter, but that's because this is Eden, the one that has a tint. But let's go in with some eyeshadows now so we can fix that. Maybe I should do some, what is this? I was gonna do this spray. Let me see. I'll just use a Slay All Day from Your Art. Since I'm using a lot of powders, it's always nice to get it to set down a bit. Okay, am I in focus? I think so. I'm sorry if I haven't been in focus. I'm still trying to learn. Apparently I'm a slow learner. I'm just seeing if there's any creases. Okay, so I have the Mint to Be, which I've never touched or used, and then I have the Lilac You a Lot. This one I have swatched because, oh, this one still has the plastic, because this one came with was it 2 of the shadows, a bit not like shattered, but just come on, not shattered, but they were a bit like smushed, so I had to press them back. So this one I have swatched. What do I want to do? I feel like these are gonna look so good together, but I need to think like what I want to do. Give me 1 minute. I think I'm gonna start and just do some purple in the outer corner and outer part of my crease, but I'm not gonna pull it in. I'm just gonna concentrate it here at the outer part. I think I'm gonna start with this one, the bright purple here. We'll see how this works out. Pray for me. Ooh, this picks up a lot of color. So let me see if I can concentrate this. Am I in focus? I hope I am. Concentrate this on the outer little bloob here. That's really pretty. Just doing some placement to begin with, which can always be a good idea if you don't exactly know what you're doing. You just place the shadows to begin with. We can always manipulate them later as long as we know where we want to have them. I'm gonna take a small, this is a clean brush, this is a Luxie 213, and I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna go into something here. Maybe I'm gonna try this one, to be fair, the minty one, and I'm gonna put that in the inner part. Ooh, this also picks up a lot of product. And I'm just gonna do like the same process, but just in the inner part. I'm just pressing it down. Same here. I'm placing things. Trying to figure out what I want to do. Since a mint and a purple won't really mix with each other, it's important that you don't swipe in between these, because then you're gonna have a bit of a muddy mess. So we're gonna try and very gently blend these shades like on their own without like really blending them into each other, because they're not gonna blend into each other. That's the thing. A mint green and a purple, they're not gonna marry, okay? It isn't meant to be. So I'm just blending the edge of this mint a bit on its own. Now I'm going back to the purple, and I'm also blending that on its own, just the edge here. Maybe I'll use a bit of this zoned out, and I'll just put a bit of that on the brush, and that's gonna help with the blending process. So I'm just blending that into the edge here. And again, let's be careful so we don't go into the mint. I'm also gonna take a little bit of this filtered, which is the darkest purple matte, and I'm just gonna use that on a small brush, and I'm taking just a little bit in the absolute outer corner just to create a little bit of definition here. Not really swiping this all over, just a little bit in the outer corner. I think I'm gonna put a bit of that darkest purple on the lid out here as well. I don't think, am I in focus? I don't think I am gonna put any of the metallic purples on the lid, but I'm gonna put a metallic and mint. Ooh, I got some fallout. Ah! Get away, get away! So what mint do I want to have? I think I'm gonna take this one, the more bright one here, that's called Minty. It's really like the more greener, brighter of these. Even though being a bit pastel, I would definitely say that it's the brightest shimmer in the palette. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna spray it so I don't get a lot of fallout, and I'm gonna put that on the first half of the lid. I'll use my finger to dab on this little edge here, so that it's like not too harsh. That's pretty. I must say, so far all of these shadows are performing really, really good. I am gonna do a pencil brush, and I'm gonna take that same green, and I'm gonna put that under my eyes, on half the under eyes as well. And then I'll take a purple shimmer on the other half. I think that's gonna be nice. Okay, that's half, and then I'll take, I think I'll use the one in the middle, the one that's called Fluff, and I'll use that on the outer half of the under eyes. Ooh, I really like that color. That is so pretty. Wow. How nice is that? Again, since these aren't really gonna meet, I'm just tapping a bit where they meet to just gently blend them together, but no swiping. That's not gonna be fun. I'm just gonna clean this brush on my Verona color switch, and then I'm gonna go back to the mint palette, and I'm gonna use the one in the middle that's called Mojito Mami? Is that the one? Yeah, Mojito Mami, which is the lightest one, and I'm gonna put that in my inner corners. Yeah, that is definitely lighter than the other one. You could probably do a really nice look just putting this in the crease and then maybe a bit in the outer corner, and then just pressing the minty on the lid and just using a little bit of Mojito Mami just in the middle of the lid. That is going to give you a really nice pop effect, because it is the same tone, but it's definitely like 2 shades lighter. Okay, let's see if we have any fallout. Let's just get rid of a little bit. This seems a bit janky. mixed up with my finger. I am gonna do, I brought out in eye pencil. I don't like all of the Colourpop cream gel liners, but I do like some of them. This is Crybaby. It is like a very pastel-y lavender. You can see here. This one I like. This one is nice. Prance is nice. I've heard the red one is nice. The brown one nice. Then there are some there's like, ugh, not that good. Like Sulu, not that good. The yellow, not that good. The nude one, not that good. There we go, just a little brightness and keeping with the theme. Do I want to do some liner? Maybe, because I do want to use the falsies. I brought out the falsies. These are the Mami falsies. Faux mink lashes. These are 100% cruelty-free faux lashes. And they are in a plastic tray like this that apparently is not stuck to the packaging. These are the Mami ones. Apparently... They are like upside down. It says mom here. I'm confused. They're doing it their own way. So these are pretty dramatic ones. I do have other ones, but these are the ones I've broken into. So I think I'm gonna use these. I quite like the falsies actually from Colourpop. So let me put these on. Maybe I'll use a bit of liner as well. I do have liners. Both of these liners are like, they're different colors. Yeah, one is white and one is black, but this still has the, I wish that this has like, you know, this ring. I wish that that was white for the white liner, because you have to read on them which is which. Yeah, it says Graceland and numero uno. It doesn't even say like you need to. It's annoying if you have more than one, but I'm gonna use the black one. I think it's okay. It's a felt tip liner. It is okay. It's definitely usable if you're on a budget and you're already making an order from Colourpop. This isn't a bad liner, but it's not my favorite. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the falsies on. I actually don't have a Colourpop mascara right now that I'm using, the BFF one. Those are okay as well. The only downside with the BFF mascara, they do give a lot of, it's a volumizing mascara. Let me put it like that. It's a very volumizing mascara. The only problem is that it does dry out a bit quicker than other mascaras that I have. But if you are the kind of person that uses mascara every day, you're probably going to go through it or need to switch it up before it dries out. But if you're like me and you're going in between different mascaras, it might dry out before you are able to like use it up properly. So that's the only downfall with the mascaras. But let me put the lashes and the liner on and I'll be back and we can do lips. Is it only lips left? It's only lips left. Okay, here we are. The lashes are on. My hair is still in a bun. I really need to dry my hair before it turns into this bun. At first I wanted to try the just a tint, but I ended up bringing one of these to San Francisco and I used it quite a bit and I've decided this isn't my favorite lip product. If you want to see more of my thoughts on this, I used this and I gave a mini review in the video where I'm trying other Beauty Guru's favorite products of 2019. They're okay, but they're not my favorite. I did receive this one though from a subscriber when I was in San Francisco, and this was the shade that I wanted to buy because this is the Sophia Nygaard and Colourpop collaboration in Mrs. Norris. And I am so grateful to have received this. I wanted to buy this myself, but thank you. That is so kind of you. Why do I have mascara on my finger? Go away. This is the Cool Tone Brown shade. So we're gonna use that. I don't have a lip liner that's this color, so I am gonna use one from GR Cosmetics. This one is in Underground, right? Yeah, this one is in Underground, so I'm gonna use this one before I go in with the lipstick. I really love the Luxe formula. I just haven't tried this shade yet. So I like the Luxe formula. I think they're really good. Not only good for the price, I feel like it's a good formula. This looks crazy right now, but I'm hoping it's gonna look better in a while. This was a really good match for a lip liner. Why do I see a cat hair in my nose? Ah! When it's not even nose hairs, it's cat hairs. That's when you know it's bad. That is a really cool color and it really brought some like more coolness, and I'm not meaning like a cool anti-warm. I mean like cool, I'm a cool chick. Am I? I don't know about that one, but it brought some toughness. Maybe that's what I wanted to say to the look. I really like this. I'm gonna blow dry my hair and I'll come back and... Okay, that is the finished look. My hair is somewhat okay. I love this top, by the way. It's so cool. This is from ASOS and I just bought it and I will link it down below in case you're interested. The earrings are from H&M. I don't know if they're still available. I bought them I want to say a couple of months ago. Maybe they're still available, but they are from H&M. I will link all of the things down below like I always do. My description boxes are usually pretty full of information. I think I mentioned... I don't know if I mentioned if like I bought it or got in PR, but like all of these things, for example, I bought these. The only things I've gotten in PR that's on my face right now is the primer, the concealer, the powder, and the lashes. I really do like these lashes though. I will probably order more Colourpop lashes in the future when I run out of them. And the liquid liner and also the mascara that I talked about, those are also PR. All the other things I bought myself. I will say most things that I own from Colourpop, I have bought myself, and I continue to make orders from Colourpop. Like I just bought this one. So I really do like Colourpop as a brand, and this isn't a sponsored video. I just noticed that I actually, with this one, had a full face of Colourpop, and I wanted to do one and talk a bit about like what I feel about them. I think I'm gonna film after this actually a top 5, bottom 5 from Colourpop, really going through my favorites and non-favorites from Colourpop. Yeah, I think I'm gonna film that after this. That will be up in a bit, I'm guessing, or maybe it's already out. I don't know. Who knows at this point, but I'm gonna film that and make it more concise, like what things I like and what things I don't like from Colourpop, because there are definitely things from Colourpop that I don't like. But that's gonna be it for this video. Do let me know what you think about the look and what you think about this full face of Colourpop, if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video, which is gonna be pretty soon, because I do upload 4 videos a week, at least. Bye!